show is going to get started in just a few moments. I just want to go over a few things. I want to, again, thank you so much for being here. We will have no intermission today. We're just going to run through the whole show. And it's going to be an exciting show. I call this 4,000 Years of Magic. It's really a magical history tour of some of the most famous famous in the magic community. Some of these magicians you might not have ever heard of, but they influence the magicians that we still know and talk about today. So think of this as a magical history tour. I'm going to go get the announcer, and we're going to get the show started. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jonas Cain.
Thank you so much for that wonderful round of applause and wonderful introduction. I'd like to remind you folks that today's performance is being recorded by Brattleboro Community Television, so we're all going to become famous. How exciting. At least in Brattleboro anyway, which is always a good sign. We're going to start our journey. Oh, I can't forget my notes. These are my note cards. Yes, my note cards tell me what I need to do, so I can't forget those. We're going to begin today's performance with a magic trick that I learned from a magician named Daryl. This is a trick using a length of rope. Let's see, what's your name?
Levi.
Levi, please check out that rope. Make sure that is a real rope that you might find at a magic store. Is that a real magic rope?
Yeah.
That's my favorite answer. There we go. This is a magic rope. I'll show you what it can do. You can tie 4 different types of knots with this rope. You know how to tie knots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of these knots perhaps you've seen before. The last one you've probably never seen. The first knot is called the U knot. Thank you. Because it looks like the letter U. Without letting go of the end, you form a loop over your wrist. You put one end through one hole, around the back through the other one. So now we have a loop on each wrist. Without letting go of the end, you pull the loops off your wrist and it forms a knot in the rope. You've probably seen this one before, right?
Yeah.
He has, some of us has it. That's knot number 1. Knot number 2. This one I call the fast knot. You know why I call this the fast knot? It's because if you blink, you're going to miss it. Have you ever seen this one before?
No.
Neither have I. It's much too quick, much too quick. That's knot number 2. Knot number 3, this one is not as exciting. Oh, they get worse. They get worse. You've seen this one before, right? Yeah. Now I showed you these 3 knots so I could show you the 4th knot. And this is the really interesting one. This is the one that the magician Daryl taught me. To tie this knot, we need not just the white rope, but we need a second rope. We need the red rope. Watch very close. I take the ropes, I put them together, I give them a little shake, a little twist, 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 twist. We say the magic words. That's exactly right. What's your name?
Carson. Carson.
Carson.
Get Carson.
Carson. Carson. Carson knows the magic words. Wave your magic hand, Carson. Oh, perfect. When you do that just right, watch what happens.
Oh.
Give Carson a nice big hand. Oh my gosh, my golly. Is she a magician?
No.
She's not a magician. Now here's the thing, I know what some people might be thinking, especially perhaps the folks in the back of the room. They might think this is some sort of a phony baloney knot that you buy at the phony baloney knot store. I just like to say phony baloney. I'm going to take the knot off the rope. You can take a look at it, make sure. That is a real magic knot that you might find on a magic rope. Is that the real deal?
Yeah.
That's the right answer. We guessed. Have you ever seen a magic knot before? So this is your best guess anyway. We're going to find out why. Why are we doing this?
Maybe a Celtic knot.
It's kind of like a Celtic, and it kind of looks like that. No beginning, no end, right? But here's the idea. Every time we meet someone, a little part of that person becomes a part of who we are, which is why we have to be careful who we hang out with. But you look like you're okay. But this knot, you see, this knot doesn't just travel to the rope. Watch close.
Oh, jeez.
It becomes the rope, making for a much more interesting world. Let's give these two a nice big hand for helping us out. Thank you so much. Can I get a high five? The backhanded five. There we go. I like that. I've never seen that before. Very nice. So that's a true story. I mean, the magician Daryl taught me that trick. But there's so many different classics of magic. Daryl was known for many things. He was known as an incredible rope performer. He also did a lot of amazing tricks with cards as well. But perhaps one of my most favorite performers was a man named Max Malini. And Max Malini, he did all types of different types of magic tricks that magicians still talk about today. And today I'm going to show you a trick that it's my favorite one that I love reading about and I love to perform. But to get into that, I'm going to teach you how to do a trick. You want to learn how to do a magic trick?
Yeah.
All right. You see, Malini was all about misdirection. He was all about everything he did, he would use misdirection to direct people's attention away from things. So I'm going to show you something based on that by placing this red handkerchief inside my hand. Very important to know. You can use any colored handkerchief you like as long as it's red. Just be sure that it's red. I give my hand a little wave. Watch what happens. Bippity boppity boo. And it turns into an egg. Isn't that amazing?
And a white egg.
That's amazing.
Yes, in a white egg, not a red egg, but a white egg. As promised, I'm going to teach you how to do this trick. All you need is a little red handkerchief and an egg with a hole in it. Oh, you saw that? You were just being polite. Hey, I appreciate that. What's your name?
Edith.
Edith, thank you very much, Edith, for being polite. Well, thankfully, I'm teaching this one anyway, so it's okay if you know how this is done. So this is how it works. Again, misdirection. We direct our attention away from... Oh, I should mention, you're not usually allowed to teach magic tricks, so just promise you won't tell anyone that I taught you this trick, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I should have specified that earlier. I could get kicked out of the Magician's Union. So the egg starts off in your pocket over here. The handkerchief starts off in the other pocket. So watch what happens now. When I'm talking about misdirection, I'm misdirecting your attention already by putting both hands in my pockets, like I'm looking for the handkerchief. When I pull out the handkerchief, I secretly pull out the egg as well. Now you don't see that because I'm waving the handkerchief. Right? So now all you do is you place the handkerchief into the hole in the egg. All right? So it looks like you're just placing it into your fist, but you're really placing it into the hole in the egg. Now all you have to do is magic words, magic wand, maybe whatever you want to do to have it be the magic moment to reveal the egg. Can anyone guess what the #1 rule is? The #1 rule when doing this trick? Yes?
Have both things.
Oh, well, yes. That's a very good point. You have to be prepared. Preparation, it's preparing before the show, right? But when doing the trick, when you're actually performing it, very important rule, don't let anyone see the hole in the egg. #1 rule. Everyone will know how the trick is done otherwise. Now, I showed you this trick so that I could amaze you with this next one. And Edith, would you mind joining us up here? Let's give Edith a nice big hand. We'll come right this way. How old are you?
Almost 12.
Almost 12. So when's your birthday?
June 3rd.
So you are almost 12. Well, happy birthday. In case I don't see you, you're welcome. You can hold on to that egg for a moment. We're going to perform a trick called the little black bag of mystery. Is there anything inside the bag? Do you see anything?
No.
You can reach inside too. Make sure there isn't anything inside there.
Just a pocket.
Well, there's a pocket, she says. But there's nothing inside. There's nothing.
no.
That's what I'm going for. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to place something inside of this bag. All right? We're going to place a little plastic egg. I need to borrow a little plastic egg from someone in the audience. Does someone have a little plastic egg that I can borrow? Anyone at all? Anyone have one?
She's got one.
Oh my goodness, look, a little plastic egg! Uncanny. She came prepared. You might place the egg inside the bag. Make sure you can still see it inside the bag. Can you still see it?
Yeah.
And you can feel it inside the bag? All right, now here's what's gonna happen. You can still feel it in my hand, right? In a moment, just like we did with the handkerchief going inside the egg, I'm going to make the egg disappear. You're not gonna see it, you're not gonna feel it, it's gonna be gone. I'm gonna show you how to do this. You can still feel it there? All right, on the count of 1, 2, 3. It's gone. Take a look inside the bag. Can you see the egg? Feel inside the bag. Can you feel the egg? Because the egg has vanished. Give her a nice big hand. Before you go anywhere, before you go, you have another job to do. You see, you saw how it's done now, so you are going to perform this too. You're going to perform this trick for everyone. Have you ever been in a magic show before? So you've never done a magic trick before? No. Oh, you have done a magic trick. Oh, you have? Okay, this is perfect. Never been in a show, but you haven't done a magic trick. You are going to do this. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to hold out your hands like this. You're going to let go with one hand, the left hand. You're going to extend the bag. You're going to show your other hand empty. You're going to reach inside, and then you're going to pull out the egg so everyone can see. And once they do, you're going to get a big round of applause, and everyone's going to go crazy. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, here's what's going to happen. But first, we're going to explain further how to make the egg disappear. In order to make it reappear, you have to know how to make it disappear first. Is it still inside the bag? Can you feel the egg inside the bag?
Yes.
All right, here's how to make it disappear. It's all about the misdirection. There's a few ways to do this. Merlini had several different ways. In fact, he would say that the best way to misdirect people's attention was to wait until they looked away. And when asked how long he would wait, you know what he would say? As long as it took. I came up with a surefire way to get people to look away. Are you ready? What's that over there? Works every time.
Oh, jeez.
Is there anything inside the bag? Do you see the egg inside the bag? Do you feel the egg inside the bag?
No.
Because the egg has vanished. You're going to make it reappear.
Oh, God.
There's a rule to this one as well. And it's don't let anyone see you place the egg into your pocket. That's a very important rule. Because if they see they go inside the pocket, everyone's going to know what's going on. You can reach inside and pull out what you find. You can reach all the way inside. Take it all the way out. That's
What?
No rabbits.
It's a little big. It is a pepper. Oh, and would it be amazing if the egg was inside the pepper? I can't do that one. But that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Not as amazing as growing a pepper from a pepper egg.
If the egg turned into a chicken, it would be a lemon chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
All we need is, yeah. Edith, are you ready? You're now going to make the egg reappear. Anything inside the bag? Do you see the egg? Do you feel the egg? Not yet, right? You're going to hold out your hand just like this, right? Pinky's extended, right? Showmanship, right? You're going to hang on to the bag, hang on to the bag. You're going to let go with your left hand. You're going to extend your right arm. You're going to show your left hand empty. I like the fingers. Very good, very good. You're going to now wave underneath of the bag with your fingers. You have to do the sound effect. Perfect. You're going to show your left hand. If you reach into the bottom of the bag with your left hand and pull out what you find. The egg, ladies and gentlemen! Are you a magician?
Now I guess.
Now you are high five. You may have a seat. Oh my, oh, very nice. Wow, I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. True story, Max Malini. Now the egg bag trick had been around for centuries, but Max Malini was the one who really revolutionized the way that magicians perform that trick today. So that's why it's still one of my favorite tricks, and you'll see performers even on TV still doing Max Malini's version of that trick. But perhaps the most famous magic trick of all is one that's been being performed for roughly 4,000 years. Can you imagine there's one particular trick that's been performed for 4,000 years? Ancient Egyptians, there's hieroglyphics on the walls of pyramids of ancient performers doing this one particular trick. I am, of course, speaking of the white plastic cup trick. Now, mind you, when they performed this, they did not use white plastic cups. Maybe they used clay bowls or something. We're going to use white plastic cups. Now, if these cups happen to look like toothbrush holders that you might find at Walmart, purely coincidental. To do this trick, you need not only the cups, but you also need a little ball. And I have a little ball right here. Here's what's going to happen. The ball goes inside my pocket. Once it's inside my pocket, I'm going to magish the ball out of my pocket. Magish. I'm making up words. And I'm going to sneak the ball underneath of one of the cups. But here's the thing, you're not going to see it happen. So you're not going to know which cup has the ball. But I will know which cup has the ball because, of course, I did it, right? So the ball goes inside my pocket. You can only choose one. You can only choose one. Do you think the ball is going to appear underneath cup number 1, cup number 2, or cup number 3? Once you think you know the answer, don't say anything, but just quietly raise your hand when you think you know which cup has the ball. Any guesses yet? Oh, we have one person over here. Anyone else? We have 2 people guessing. Anyone else? Okay, we have 3 and 4. All right, we have 5. Oh no, he's just scratching his head. All right, so we have 4 people who think they know the answer. In a moment, I'm going to call on one of you 4 folks. But here's the thing. You're going to tell me the cup that you think has the ball. But you're also going to tell me why you think the ball is underneath of that cup. Because I have a logical reason for the ball being underneath the cup that it is. But I don't know what your answer is going to be. And I get different answers every single time. So I'm excited to hear what you say. Let's see, I saw a hand over here. In your name?
I'm Christy.
Christy. Please tell us, which cup do you think has the ball?
Cup number 1.
So she thinks it's cup number 1. Well, let's take a look and see first if it's underneath of cup number 3. Let's take a look and see. It is not underneath cup number 3. So far, so great. But it still could be under cup number 2. Did anyone think it's underneath cup number 2? Did anyone think that? No? Kind of maybe?
No. I think you put it in that cup.
Okay, so you also think it's underneath cup number 1. Let's take a look and see if it's under cup number 2. So far, no ball underneath the cups. So it can only now then be underneath of cup number 1, right?
Right.
But before I show you underneath cup number 1, I have a question. Why do you think it's underneath cup number 1?
Because it's easier to raise my hand like that.
Well,
That's a good reason.
Well, I suppose that's one reason why that would be.
And it was your first.
Yeah, because it was the first. All right. Who else thought it was underneath cup number 1? All right. We have a couple people. I'm going to show you. It really is underneath cup number 1. It really is. Right. Hey, yeah, you can give her a hand for that. Yeah, she figured it out. Yeah, you can give her a little round of applause, right? However, that's not the reason it's underneath that cup.
Okay.
There's a much more there's a simpler answer. Yes. You think you know?
Is there one in every cup?
Oh, yes, but not yet. Let me explain. The reason it's underneath cup number 1 is because I told you could only choose one. Remember, I said you could only choose one, and so it's kind of like a riddle. It's a magic trick, but it's also kind of a riddle. And what's your name?
Brown.
Brown. You see, he had a very good guess. about how it's done, right? So we know why it's done because of the riddle, but we don't know the how. His guess is that I showed you 3 cups and 1 ball, but he thinks there's how many?
3 balls.
That's exactly right. To do this, you need 3 balls. Give him a nice big hand. Very nice job. There's a rule in magic that you're not supposed to perform the same trick twice for the same audience. Because if you see it twice, you know what's going to happen?
You're gonna figure out the answer.
You're going to figure out the answer. That's exactly right. I'm going to break this rule today. So not only did I break the rule, don't reveal your secrets, I'm breaking the rule, I'm going to do the same trick again, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to take away one of the balls, I'm going to take away one of the cups. So now, it's going to be easier for us to follow because we have 2 balls, 2 cups, and we each have 2 eyes, right? So it's going to make this whole thing much, much easier to follow along. Cup number 1 underneath cup number 1. Ball number 2 underneath of cup number 2. Let's see, brown. It's brown, right?
Brown.
All right. We're going to do this again, but just a little bit different. I'm going to remove one of the balls. Do you want to use ball number 1 or ball number 2?
Ball number 2.
Ball number 2, all right. I'm going to magish ball number 2 out of the cup. All right? It's a little bit different because I was putting a ball underneath, now I'm taking a ball out. Ready? Magish. Did you see that? I just magiched the ball. I know this sounds unbelievable, so I'll tell you what, to make it even more impressive, I'm going to make it come back. Thank you. Very much. Thank you. I can even do it with this one. And it's back. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the silly portion of the trick. Let's see, and let's try, what's your name?
Sky.
What is it?
Sky.
Sky. All right, Sky. We're going to do this again, but this time I will slow it down a little bit. Would you like to use cup number 1 or cup number 2? What's
number
that?
2.
Cup number 2. All right, watch close. Watch close. I'm going to magish. There's now 2 balls underneath cup number 2. No balls underneath cup number 1. My goodness. This is almost like magic. Ladies and gentlemen, we've now seen this performed 2 times. Once with 3 cups and 3 balls. Once with 2 cups and 2 balls. Let's take this a step further. We're going to get rid of one of the balls. Get rid of one of the cups. Now there's just 1 ball and there's 1 cup. And we have 2 eyes. We will definitely have a good chance of doing this one. The ball goes inside the cup. Give it a little shake, right? Now, I want to make sure you can still hear the ball is inside the cup, right? I'm going to place the ball inside my pocket. But this is where I start to get a little nervous. Because we've seen this now 3 times. Again, once with 3 cups, once with 2 cups, and now just with 1 cup. Remember, the words matter. I said you could only choose 1. The words that we say matter. Again, going back to the whole misdirection thing. I told you that I was placing the ball inside my pocket, but we didn't see the ball go inside the pocket. We only saw my hand go inside the pocket. The logical conclusion is that the ball never left the cup, right? Right. I mean, it's not there. That would be one way to do this trick. It really is inside. I have so many things inside my pocket. It really is inside of my pocket, right? But now we understand. We understand something very, very important. It's that with magic, we will always be surprised. You see, if we thought that the ball was going to be underneath the cup, I would show you that the ball is is in my pocket. However, if we thought the ball was going to be inside my pocket, I would have showed you folks that the ball was going to be inside the cup. Thank you very much. The ancient cups of Egypt. But now we also understand a little bit more about this whole magic thing, right? We understand that there's more here than meets the eye in every trick that we do. There's more than just 3 cups. There's more than just 3 balls. In fact, there's something more
Oh, geez.
We have the pepper. So now we can have lemon pepper chicken. There we go. Let's give Sky and Brown a nice hand for helping us out with that. Oh my gosh, my golly. All right, oh, yes, of course, I can't forget to look at my note cards. I also have cue cards, by the way. It's very important to always have both, just in case. I love the way you look at me right now. Like, what is going on? So we've seen magic from Egypt. We've seen, now we're going to go to China. There was a magician named Qing Ling Fu, born in Beijing. Oh, I be sure to get these dates. I want to make this as historically accurate as possible. In 1854, Qing Ling Fu, born in Beijing, the first magician in recorded history to perform a magic trick known as the, drum roll please, the rings, the Chinese rings. Now, the history of the rings, it's believed to go back even further than 1854 or so. However, this is the first time that a magician has been seen in print with posters using the Chinese rings, which is why we call it Chinese rings, even though we think it might have some other origins as well. To perform this trick, a lot of people, when they see me perform this trick, when they see me take these rings out, perhaps people who haven't seen the trick. By show of hands, actually, who has never seen this before? Okay, a few of us have never seen this before. So some of you might be wondering to yourselves, you might ask me, you might say Jonas, because that's my name. You might say, Jonas, what do those rings do?
What they do?
Oh, I thank you for asking. That was right on cue. These rings are not just the Chinese rings. These are called the Chinese linking rings. Linking, not Lincoln. Linking. That would be a different kind of trick. You take a ring in each hand, you count 1, 2, and 3, and the rings connect right together, just like that. Now let's see. Let's go over. What's your name?
Iris.
Iris. I'm going to come down here, Iris. Iris, you're going to take these rings. You're going to take those rings, and your job is to pull those rings apart. As you pull those rings apart, I'm going to do the trick with these rings here. Again, we count 1, 2, and 3, and the rings connect right together. It's almost like magic. Iris, I'm going to take back one of your rings. You hang on to the other one. I'm just going to take back one of them, and what we're going to do... Iris! You're supposed to unconnect them. Is she always this way? Always, she says.
For as long as I've known her.
And how long have you known her?
Since today.
Since today! Well, it's easy to always be that way, I suppose.
It is.
All right, how old are you, Iris? How old are you?
11.
11. She's almost 12. Are you almost 12 too?
When's your birthday?
When's your birthday?
February 23.
February. So no, you're nearly 10. All right, Iris. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to perform this trick again, but you've never done this before?
Never.
All right, I'm going to show you how to do this trick. In fact, will you please join us up here? Let's give Iris a nice big hand. You can come right over here. Now, I'd like to thank, we have new arrivals. I just want to welcome you folks. It's good to have you. Thank you so much for coming. This is Iris. She's going to perform the ring trick of mystery. She's never done this before, so she's a little nervous, right? Right. Here's how. Oh, if it's for me, I'm not here. All right. That's okay. To do this trick, you only need 3 things. Well, okay, 4 things. You have to be prepared. He noted that we have to be prepared. So we have to be prepared, but also we have to have confidence, which means that we believe in ourselves. Do you believe in yourself?
Yes.
That's the right answer. What was the dun-dun-dun? Who did that? That was very silly. What's your name?
Logan.
Logan? I have the best sound man over here. Logan, thank you. So you have confidence. Number 2, you need to be ready to have some fun. Ready for some fun?
Yes.
These are great answers. I'll tell you the third part at the end. Take your rings, just like this. This is the fun part. You take the rings and you hold them above your head. So we get Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. It's fun. Hold it right here, and we get Harry Potter. Or Elton John, right? Hold it right here, we get a bow tie. Hold it like this, we get a figure 8. Right? Hold it like this again, and you count 1. Good. 2. And 3. Give it a fast roll. Fast, fast, fast. Give it a little. You doing good? Pull them apart nice and slow. Hold them high above your head. Let's give her a nice big hand. Very nice job. She did it again. I think we just went through this. You're supposed to take them. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me see your rings. Sometimes I have to specify this because you've never done this before, right?
Yes.
With magic has been around at least 4,000 years, probably longer, but its recorded history goes back 4,000 years. Magic, at first, sometimes the tricks aren't going to work. You have to, just like anything else, you have to be prepared, right? Right? We have to practice. You've never done this before. We're to do this again, but this time we have to do it a little differently. This is something that my uncle taught me, my Uncle Jay. He used to say to me, he would say, Jonas, because that's my name. Jonas, if at first you don't succeed, stop and destroy all evidence that you've ever tried at all. This is horrible advice.
I like it.
What's that?
I like it.
Oh, you like it. You like it. You would get along with my crazy Uncle Jay. I listened to my father. My father would say, you know what he would say to me?
What?
He would, thank you for asking. He would say, son, because that was my name, he'd say, son, try again. We're going to try this again, but this time a little bit differently. We're going to just spin that bottom ring. Did you see the confidence? Yeah. You've never done this before. That was good. When you spin the rings, you know what that does?
What?
It creates a friction. And the friction heats up the rings, right? And it's the heat that does the trick. Give her a big hand. Very nice. Now don't go anywhere just yet, because now that the rings are heating up, now that we're warmed up, you can do the trick of it for real now. You're going to hold out your hand. You're going to hang on to 2 rings, kind of like you're driving a car, all right? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, actually, if it was really like driving a car, it would be like this. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm just driving. You have a cell phone on? There you go. Oh, hang on. I have a text coming in. I'm kidding. That's exactly right. We should never drive and text at the same time. This has been a public service announcement. The more you know. Bum, 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 bum. Back to the show. All right. Iris, what's your name again? Good memory. Iris, you're going to take your rings, and in just a moment, on the count of 3, you're going to pull them apart, but they're not going to be pulled apart. They're going to be stuck together without the finger in the way, though. They'll be stuck together almost like magic. On the count of 1, 2, 3. And don't worry if they don't work right away. Dun, dun, dun. The plot thickens. Don't worry if it doesn't work. You did it again.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
I've known her since noon.
You only known her since noon. All right. I think we can still do this trick, Iris, but I'm going to need your help. Some more. Can you just wave your hand over my rings? Give your hand a little wave over these ones. Look at the wave. You've never done this before? I think you're hustling me. Give her a big hand. since you're doing such a great job, I'm going to show you the advanced method. If you do everything that I do, exactly how I do it, exactly when I do it, you do just... You're following already. You're perfect. Okay, starting now. Where'd you find her anyway?
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Out at the corner.
All right, hold your rings just like this. Take that bottom ring and give it a little spin. They come right apart. Hold the rings high in the air, Iris. Take those rings and you're going to smack them together for 1, 2, and 3. Give that bottom ring a little spin. And she got them back together for a nice big hand. First time doing this. All right, let's try this again. Let's try this another way. Take that bottom ring, bring it up your arm, let it rest on your shoulder in a dramatic fashion. Take the ring off your shoulder, put it under the ring in your hand, spin the bottom ring, change hands, change rings, spin the other one, hold them up high, and let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing, the very talented Iris. So good. First time. I'll tell you what, let me see those rings. We're going to do one last thing with these rings. This time, we've seen these rings go together, we've seen these ones go together. We've never seen all 4 rings. I love this guy. That's just what we're going to try to do. You ready? Now to do this, I should mention, we need something special that we haven't used yet. We need a magic wand. Now remember, magic requires an imagination. We're going to pretend that this is a magic wand. See, it looks like one. It's black with white tips, right? Also conveniently has my name on it. There's one for all of you out in the lobby. There you go.
What does it do?
It just writes things. But it also does the amazing ring trick. We're going to connect all the rings together. All you have to do is wave the wand. We'll all say the secret magic words. And when we do, hopefully, the trick is good. I love, look at the face. She's so confident right now. She just knows and believes that it's going to work. On the count of 1, 2, 3. Abracadabra. Alma Iris. I like, look, the technique. Are you sure you've never gone to magic school?
Positive.
Oh my goodness. Well, you did a fantastic job. Let's give her a nice big hand for the incredible Iris! Oh my gosh. From Beijing in the 1800s to Brattleboro in 2017. But perhaps even beyond the rings and even beyond the cups, perhaps the most well-known trick that even today, even I get requested to do this next trick. And to be honest with you, until recently, I have never performed this trick.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun. But because I got so many requests for this one trick, I decided that I had to learn how to do it. You see, magicians, as far as magic goes, remember, we were talking about the rings invented maybe 200-300 years ago. The cups and balls invented 4,000 years ago. This trick I'm about to do now was invented and performed less than 100 years ago.
Dun, dun, dun.
And yet, it's one of today's most popular magic tricks.
The doves.
Well, it's not the doves. But now I'm going to have to do that at the next show. Thank you. I'm going to have to train doves now. Oh, we have a question. Yes?
Is it the bunny in the hat one?
Oh, it's not the bunny. Oh, that's another one. Oh my, I get so many requests for that too. I should do that one. Yes?
That one? I'm guessing.
Which one?
The box of mine.
Mime in a box.
Oh, the mime in a box. Oh, that's the first request I ever got for that one. But yeah, we can perform. We're going to perform something much
I can't
different.
even see him.
Oh, you can, but you know he's in the box. That you must be a magician too. To perform this trick, I'm going to need to go down into the audience. I'm going to invite someone to come up and help out. Let's just go down and see, who do we have? Let's see, would you mind helping out? I know you helped a little earlier with something else. The Sky, right, Sky?
Yeah.
Will you please join us up here? Give Sky a nice wave, man. You got to say something earlier. You didn't get to come up here. You might come right, actually, come over this way. You can come all the way this way. It's theatrically more pleasing this way. Sky, how old are you?
13.
You are 30, so you got over that 12 hump. There you go. 13. Well, welcome to the show. Do you have any idea what trick we're going to do?
Something to do with cards.
Not cards yet. We will be doing some card tricks a little later, because that's very popular tricks too. But
They go under the blanket and disappear.
oh, we will be using the blanket. Let me show you what this is. This is a famous trick. I have a piece of it inside of this paper bag. Ah. The sawing in half trick. We're gonna saw Sky in half.
I actually know how this one is performed.
If you know how this is done, don't tell Sky just yet. We need to keep it a little more suspense for a little while. Now, Sky, the reason I don't bring my own assistant to perform this trick is I go through assistants like crazy. But people come to the show every time, you know, so. Thank you for volunteering.
Bring half your assistant.
Oh, the half anyway, yeah. I brought with me the saw, right? This is the saw we're going to use. All right, just stand like facing the wall that way. Let's just make sure. You lift your arm up, arms up. Yeah, that will do just fine. All right, perfect. But of course, to do this, we need a special magic wand in order to get this to work properly. I have my special magic wand right over here.
You need the pen?
This is my special magic wand. All you do is you insert this piece into the magic wand, and you make sure it's in nice and tight. Otherwise, it might get stuck in
Hello?
you.
Anyone want?
All right. Now, once we have it just right, let's make sure this is going to work. It's going to work perfectly. Are you excited?
Somewhat.
Somewhat excited, somewhat regretting coming here. All right, we are going to use the blanket because in order to do this, here's the thing. In order to be different in magic, I tried to do this, instead of doing it this way, I did it the long way. I did it vertically. That doesn't work. Because for one, the first time I did it, my assistant ended up in the hospital, rooms 303 and 305. But the good news is, she's all right now.
Oh.
It's the left side. The jokes get worse, guys. You're going to place your head on this side. You're going to lay down on your back. So you're going to place your head up there, feet down here. All right, perfect, perfect. How do you? Are you comfortable?
Somewhat.
Somewhat comfortable. All right. In order to do this, I brought with me, of course, a red towel, just in case no one sees the blood. But also, we're going to place this over your stomach. Actually, let's just put the towel down. Really, just in case. I want to make sure that you're going to be okay with this. Let's place this here. If you could put your arms out to the sides.
Like this?
Look, yeah, just like that. All right. Let's make sure this fits over you. Oh, this is going to be perfect. It's a perfect fit. It's almost like we planned it this way. It's like I've never met you before in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, the famous sawing Sky in half trick. Any last words?
No.
Okay. Place the saw inside. All right. And all we have to do is do the magic wave. All right.
Okay.
Getting stuck in something. Oh, I think I got into the wood a little bit. All right, then we'll move this over. Have you felt anything yet?
No.
Where's the magic wand? Oh, okay. We have that magic wand too. Just in case, will you be at the ready? Will you be at the ready with the wand? All right. If you feel anything that you shouldn't feel, just yell, stop, okay?
Okay.
All right. We're about halfway through. Do you feel anything?
No.
We made it to the other side. Did you feel anything at all?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, the song A Sky and Half Trick. Oh my God, my God. Let's make sure, before you get up, don't do anything just yet. Don't get up just yet. We might need to glue you back together. Get up very slowly. Can you stand? Oh, we don't need to use the tape today. Very nice. Give Sky a nice big hand. Great. Okay. Now that that trick is over, I can relax a little bit.
Dun, dun, dun.
This trick was invented by a magician in the early 1900s, a man named P.T. Selbit. And the first public demonstration of it was done again in 1921, which I find fascinating. Typically, the way that this trick was performed for decades, you would get a lovely assistant. Usually, it would be a woman. The oppressive man would place the woman inside the box, and then saw her in half. I see this now as a wonderful symbolism of the oppression of the. I don't know if they were intentionally being performance artists, putting the on display the political climates of the day. I don't know, but I do know that we were able to successfully do it with Sky. So thank you so much. Give Sky one more big hand. We've seen magic from China. We've seen magic from Egypt. P.T. Selbit was from England. We've seen magic from America. Max Malini, the one with the egg bag, he was from America. We've seen magic from all over the place. We're now going to go to France.
Ooh.
But we're not going to stop in France. We're going to go from France and move to Algeria, where the French magician Jean-Eugène Robert Houdin was asked by the government to come and quell an Algerian rebellion against the French by the Marabouts. This is a true story. Google it later. Fascinating story. This French magician, Jean-Eugène Robert Houdin, was commissioned by the government to stop a war before it even started. And he did it using magic, but specifically a little wooden box. Everyone go, ooh.
What?
How much you paying him?
Not enough. You're doing a good job. Now this is a recreation. This is not the original box. The original box still exists today in a museum, I believe, at this place called the Magic Circle in England.
Is it huge?
It's about this size. It might be a little bit bigger. But the idea was that this magician did a stage show, much like we're doing today, but he invited the warriors from the Marabouts to come to watch his performance. And he invited two people on stage. He invited a little girl, and he also invited their strongest warrior to come onto stage. He invited the little girl to lift up the box, and she could lift it with ease, because it's just a little box, right? But then, the magician warned that if you don't do what the French government wants you to do, I'm going to sap you of your strength. And to prove that he could, he invited their strongest warrior to come over and try to lift the box, but he couldn't lift the box. What did you say?
So that would be me.
That would be you, the strongest warrior. He was so scared when he realized that French magic was more powerful than their magic, that he ran out of the theater screaming. We're going to recreate this performance today in the way that I think perhaps it might have been done, but we're just going to invite one of you up. You're going to play both the roles of the little girl and the strong warrior. Let me go down into the audience and find someone. Let's see. We have... What's your name, sir?
Me?
Yeah.
Norm.
Norm?
Yeah.
How do you know this guy?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Just met him an hour ago.
No, you look like a strong warrior. You're a strong warrior?
I think so.
You think so? Will you please join us on stage?
Strong,
Give
strong.
Norm a nice big hand. So much for volunteering. I appreciate that. You may come right onto this side. Now, Norm, it is a little bright here. It's hard to see, yeah. Norm, you're going to play the role of an Algerian marabou warrior and a little girl. You'll also be a little girl. To start off as a little girl, you're going to step right behind the box, right over here. You're going to take just two hands. You're not going to lift it by the, just by the sides here. Just lift it up about that high, just to make sure you can. You've been working out. You can put the box down. Perfect. Now, we're going to, I'm going to do this a little bit differently than Jean-Eugene Robert Houdin, because I'm not exactly sure how he did it. But I think what he did was he used some sort of hypnosis. Have you ever been hypnotized before?
Yes.
Oh, you have. In Vegas or?
While driving.
While driving.
This morning.
That is a very good point. I get hypnotized often while I'm driving. I get somewhere, I'm like, where am I? I don't even know. And why am I acting like a chicken? I just don't know what's going on. We're going to try something. I'm going to attempt to hypnotize you. It's a type of hypnosis. It's not real hypnosis in that I'm going to make you do anything crazy or anything. But I'm going to try to influence you. First off, you're going to draw something on this. It's a silk napkin, right?
Okay.
You're going to draw a picture, but we have to draw something heavy. And perhaps what could be more heavy than an elephant?
A rhino?
Or a rhino. You could draw a rhino or an elephant. An elephant with a trunk and a horn. However, a tusk, I suppose you call it, right?
An anvil.
And you could draw an anvil, yeah. All right, so draw anything you like that is heavy on that napkin. And the idea is we're going to try and put actual weight into this very light silk napkin. Oh, that looks great, right? We have an anvil.
Oh.
And then,
What is that?
here's what's going to happen. We're going to take the napkin, we're going to take the anvil out of the ring. You can hold it up again so everyone can see. Make sure you can lift it, right? It's very light. It's not a heavy napkin. It's nice and light.
It is.
I'm going to place the anvil onto the floor.
So you can stop on it?
And you're going to just close your eyes. Now trust you for a moment. We're not going to do anything crazy. I'm not going to saw you in half or anything.
Yay!
But you're just going to imagine that you see that anvil on that napkin. Can you see the anvil on the napkin in your mind?
I do.
Now, I'm a magician, so I'm going to magish that anvil out of the napkin. I've just magiched the anvil out of the napkin. The napkin is now a blank piece of napkin. All right?
Okay.
All right? I am now
Peeking.
peeking up. I'm picking up the
Yeah,
anvil.
just influence you.
Oh, you did influence me. Who's the one who's hypnotized now?
You.
All right, if I start acting like a chicken, I don't know what's going to happen. All right, I picked up the anvil. It's very heavy, but I'm a magician, so I can lift it with ease. I'm placing it inside of the box. Now, because I placed the anvil inside the box, it makes the box much, much heavier to lift. You still might be able to lift it, but it's going to be, you're going to have to really strain to do so, all right? When you open your eyes, you're no longer going to be that little girl, but you're going to be that strong Algerian warrior. Are you ready? Ready. You may open your eyes now. How do you feel? Where'd you find him?
An hour ago.
How do you feel? About an hour ago. How do you feel? You feel good?
I feel great.
Feel strong? Just like before, we're going to take your hands on either side and just lift, right about the same height as you did a moment ago.
Okay.
All right? Just lift it right about that high. Before you run out of the room screaming like they did in the 1800s, we have to verify something. You even came in late, right? So we've never met before. I didn't see you before the show, slip you a 20 and say, hey, pretend like the box is heavy. That didn't happen, correct?
That's correct.
You really can't lift the box, right?
Can't lift the
All
box.
right. And you know why you can't lift it? It's because of the anvil, right?
Yeah.
We're going to do this again, but you're going to close your eyes, all right? Close your eyes, and I'm going to remove the anvil from the box. Now, with the anvil out of the box, you'll be able to lift that box with ease, as if, almost like it's being lifted up for you. Maybe it's filled with helium. It's going to be so light you can lift it with ease. Are you ready?
Ready.
You may open your eyes. Ready? No. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
I'm a little girl.
Yes, you are the little girl. All right. Now, without both hands, just with one hand, with one pinky. Now you'll lift it with the handle. Lift it straight up, about the same height as you did a moment ago. Give him a nice hand, ladies and gentlemen. The incredible Algerian little girl. Thank you so much. It's a true story. An Algerian rebellion quelled before it even really got started. We now come to a part of the show that someone had alluded to earlier. But before we get to this part of the show, I have a little quiz for you folks. A little quiz. You see, earlier, in fact, I think some of you weren't here for it. So this is going to be a quiz and sort of a brush up for those who weren't here yet. I taught everyone how to do a magic trick, where you have a napkin. Conveniently, we have one with an anvil on it now. Where you take the napkin and you shove it into your fist. Now, once it goes all the way into your fist.
Oh, I know this trick.
Oh, you've seen this one? Okay, perfect. You place it all the way into your fist, and then you open your hand. And when you open your hand, you know what happens? You know what happened?
No.
Yes, what was it?
Maybe it's an egg.
It is an egg! Ta-da! Can anyone who was here earlier remember what the number one rule is other than be prepared? What was the number one rule? Yeah.
To be prepared.
Be prepared, but also...
Do not show the hole in the egg.
Yes, because the napkin's just shoved into the egg because it's a plastic egg. That's exactly right. Do not show the back of the egg. If they see the back, they know how it's done. If they do see the back of the egg...
Oh, that's classic.
You just magish. Thank you. Oh my gosh, my golly. Are we having fun still, yes? It's my favorite. What's that? Oh my god, he's really excited. All right, we now come to perhaps one of my most favorite parts because this is where we get to do the playing card tricks. Anyone here like to play cards? We have some card players. We have a few of them. All right, we have a deck of cards. But I not only have a deck of cards, but I also have, if you watch very closely,
Jelly bean?
a jelly bean? Why a jelly bean? Now I want jelly beans. No, it's not a jelly bean. It's the soul of the deck of cards. Everyone go,
What?
it's the soul of the deck of cards. So not only do we have the deck of cards, but we have its soul in my hands. Let's go way back into the back of the room. Let's see. What's your name, miss?
Me?
Yeah. Oh my, nice to meet
I'm not sure.
It's Monica.
you. Monica, you may hold on to the deck of cards, Monica. I'm going to go back to the stage so everyone can see me, but Monica, you are holding the soul of the deck of cards. Now you can't see it because, of course, it's invisible. You can't see the soul, right? But you can feel it. Feel it, right? Monica, you're going to give the cards a little shuffle. But don't forget to take them out of the box first. You have to specify. Give the deck a little shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. This is big.
I don't know how to shuffle.
I apologize. I forgot to mention. Take the jokers out of the deck. You don't need the jokers.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, thank you.
I'll have the jokers.
I was supposed to specify because we have enough jokers here today. All right. Go through the deck of cards. Spread them face up so you can see the faces of the cards. Now again, they're invisible. So you're just going to have to use your imagination to pretend that you can see the cards. And just pull out any card that you'd like. You have it? I'm going to come to you. I'm going to take the card from you. I'm going to show everyone what it is. So everyone can know what your card is. Let me show the camera. Here we go. Can everyone see what Monica's card is?
Yes.
Yes, he said.
Yeah.
Monica, what is this card anyway?
It's a 3 of diamonds.
It's the 3 of diamonds. 3 of diamonds. Monica, I'm going to toss the card to you. Can you catch it?
Yep.
Good catch. You know, place the card face down into the deck. So it's the only card face down. The rest of the cards are face up.
Okay.
You know, shuffle the cards. So you don't know where that card is now, right?
Right.
Place the cards back into the box. And then toss the box to me. Oh, good catch, good catch. Earlier, I took the soul from the deck of cards. Whatever happens to the soul happens to the deck of cards. Watch close. Inside this deck of cards, I have the 3 of diamonds. I'm actually looking at it right now. It's right here on the bottom, face down. You shuffled it to the very bottom of the deck. 3 diamonds, right? 3 diamonds?
Oh my gosh.
3 diamonds. Let's hear it for Monica. One of my favorite performers, I never got to see him perform live, but I read about him in a Magic magazine. Actually, the magazine is called Magic Magazine. A man named Don Allen created this piece, and this is one of my favorite tricks. I do this in almost every magic show that I do. So I'm glad that now, today, I get to talk about the man behind the creation of this. I'd like to now show you another card trick, but this time, it's a little bit of a game. It's a little bit of a game because cards are usually meant for playing games with, not for doing tricks with. And there's a magician, a Dutch performer named Tommy Wonder. It's not his real name. But he chose, because it's a cool name, Tommy Wonder. And when I saw this guy, he performed this on television one time. He told a story about playing this game with his brothers. And it uses a deck of playing cards. I'll take them out in a moment, but it uses something inside of this box. You might be able to tell what it is by shaking it up. Can you tell what it might be?
Dice.
Dice, that's exactly right. It's dice, but also we have these little cubes as well. So we have dice and playing card cubes. So the idea, I'll show you the dice in a moment, but the idea is that you take, there's 15 of these playing card cubes. Some sides are blank. Some sides have the suits, like the clubs and diamonds and spades, hearts. Some of them have faces on them, like this is a jack, this is a queen. Using just these 15 dice, excuse me, cubes, you can make any playing card of the deck. It might take a little time, but you can, and that's the name of the game. The idea is that you would roll the dice. If it was your turn, you would roll the dice, and you would have, let's see, we have a 4, a 2, and a 1. 4 plus 2 is?
6.
Plus 1 is?
6.
You would have 7 seconds to make that playing card that you're supposed to make with the dice. clearly in 7 seconds you won't be able to get all the way, so they would deduct points based on how many cubes were left. That was the idea. We're going to do a version of this today, and I'm going to invite 2 of you up here to perform this with us, to play this little game. And let's see who hasn't participated yet. We have a few of you folks. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, we have this guy. Your name again?
There's a competition yesterday.
What is your name again?
Logan.
Logan, let's get Logan up here.
Yeah.
And Logan, come up here and choose one other person to join you as well. Choose one other person. Who would you like to have join you? Oh, I like the shirt. Game over. It's all over now. Was it her?
Yes.
All right, so we have Logan and Iris. Give him a nice big hand. Oh, yes, we have the clock. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to have you come over onto this side, all right? And you're going to come over onto this side, all right? Here's what we need to do. We need a deck of cards, and you are going to use the dice, the cubes, but you are going to choose the card that we're going to use, all right? So let's start off by having the card selected. So we're gonna have her choose the card that you're going to make. Make sense? All right. So you can choose any one of these cards. So I'm gonna keep them face down. Just take any one you like out. And it's okay if you show us, there's some sort of string. You know what they did? They had, I think, a fashion show here last night. There's like feathers and strings everywhere. You can show me, you can show Logan, what is the card that we have to make? You can show them as well. The 8 of hearts. All right, so we're going to close this up first, all right, because you always have to start with the box closed up. Will you take the dice, please, and bring them over here? Yep, bring them right over this way. Now, before you roll them, though, I want you to place one hand on top of the box, The other dice go in your other hand. Hold them tight, right? And you're just going to roll the dice. Let's see, we have 6. Plus 6 is?
12.
Well, plus 2 is?
14.
14. All right. In a moment, you're going to take your hand away, and I'm going to open up the box, and you have, did we say 14?
Yep.
You have 14 seconds to make the 8 of hearts. You ready? In a moment, take your hand away. You ready? All right. Done. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ladies and gentlemen, the 8 of hearts. Dun, dun, dun. Let's hear it for Logan. He did a fantastic job. And you did a fantastic job as well. Thank you so much. And you may have a seat, but Logan, stay up here. Stay up here, Logan. This was such a quick trick that I think we should do one more magic trick together. What do you think? Sound like a plan? Put the cards away, put the dice away, because we don't need those. So I have lots of secrets inside the box. We also have an egg, a lemon, and a pepper, and some cups and some balls.
The box of doom.
The box of doom. Bum, bum, bum. Here's what's going to happen now. We're going to do one more card trick before we move on. I'm going to have you choose a card. But we're going to have not just one person, but 4 different people choose a card. Now this makes it much more hard because usually a magician only has 1 card picked. We're going to have 4 cards picked. All right, Logan, I'm going to drop my thumb along the cards. Wherever you say stop, that's going to become your card. If you stop me up here, you'll pick one of those. If you stop somewhere in the middle, you'll pick one of those. If you stop near the bottom, you'll pick one of these. The cards stay face down. Will you just say stop as I shuffle through the cards?
Stop.
Right there. Take a look at your card. Take a look. Don't tell me what it is. I'm going to show some people in the front row as well, just to make sure that a few other people see it as well. All right, don't say what it is. It's a good one?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to put the card back. Now, on your way back to your seat, you're going to choose one other person to choose a card. You're going to choose anyone else here. Other than me. All right, so who's it going to be?
The stairs.
Not the stairs. You have someone in mind?
Banana.
Who?
Banana.
Oh, they're mine now. Oh, all right. Well, who's this guy over here? What's your name, sir?
Tyler.
Tyler? All right, Tyler's going to be our next person to select a card. I'm going to shuffle through the cards. Just say stop as I shuffle through.
Stop.
Right there. Take a look at your card. Make sure you know what it is. I'll show the people around you as well so that we know what it is. Don't forget what it is. You're going to point to anyone else here.
About this gentleman here.
This gentleman here. What's your name, Dave? I know this guy. Hi, Dave. Nice to see you. All right. Just like before, I'm going to shuffle through the cards. Just say stop as I shuffle. Stop. Right there. Take a look. Memorize your card. I'm going to show the camera, show the other people so we know what it is. I think we have 3 cards now. We have Logan, Tyler, and Dave. Dave, point to one last person to choose a card. This one right over here. What's your name?
Olivia.
Olivia. Nice to see you, Olivia.
Thank you.
Last card. Just say stop.
Stop.
Right there. Take a look at your card. Don't let me see what it is.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to show the camera. I'm going to show it around. All right. I'm going to place the cards back. It's the last chance.
Got it.
Olivia, will you please take the cards and give them a little shuffle as you join us on stage. Give her a nice big hand. Olivia, you have a very special part in the show. You're going to come right over this way. You have a very special part. This is like the big trick. This is the big trick. Are the cards mixed and shuffled?
I shuffled them once. Should I shuffle them?
Shuffle one more time, because in order to find those 4 cards, they need to be well mixed, right? And we're going to place the rubber band around the deck, maybe just like 2 wraps around. Make sure that they're good and tight. I'm going to attempt to find those 4 cards. This is the big trick now. Playing cards have been used for a long time to do magic tricks with. One of the magicians that we don't really know of as a playing card magician was a man named Harry Houdini. We know him as someone who can escape from handcuffs, escape from straitjackets. He could get out of jail cells. He was known for a time as the king of cuffs, because he could get out of any pair of handcuffs. It might take him a while, but he could. But before he was known as the king of cuffs, he was known as the king of cards. This trick that I'm performing now is one that I don't think Houdini used to perform. However, this is sort of my homage to Harry Houdini of a trick that maybe eventually he would have thought to do. Because to find those cards, I need something very special. The straitjacket. Oh, yes. You may place the cards onto the suitcase here. And Olivia, you're going to strap me into the straitjacket.
Not me.
Oh, yes. Unless you want to.
No.
Okay. Now I'm going to turn so everyone can see what you're doing. You'll see that there's a number of buckles, kind of like you would find on a belt. And the idea is you'll just start at the top, and just pull them as tight as you can, and you go all the way down until you get the very last one. Now Houdini used to perform, he was the first one to have escaping from a straitjacket as a form of entertainment. Because before that, it was used as a way of just keeping crazy people from hurting themselves. But now, performers all over the world perform this stunt. Now, Houdini used to hang himself upside down, like 20 stories above the street level. I'm not going to do that today.
Bottom one too?
Bottom one, too. Yep. Go. Oh, yes. That one doesn't have to be tight at all. And once you have that one in place, there's one more on my arms. Right. So I'm going to this one here, and you pull that one. Oh, you do. You're doing. Let's give her a big hand, by the way. She's doing a great job. Is it good?
Yes.
All right. You did I would shake your hand. We'll do an elbow bump. You did a great job. Give her a nice big hand. One more time. You can have a seat. Thank you very much. In a moment, I'm going to attempt to find those 4 cards. But I feel obliged to tell you a little bit more about Houdini, and it gives me a little chance to wiggle around too. It's that, and catch my breath. You see, the straitjacket restricts your breathing, so forgive me if I'm a little out of breath. But Houdini, that's not his real name. His real name was Eric Weiss. He chose the name Harry Houdini because his nickname was Airy. Eric became Harry, so he just made that into Harry, because it sounded like Harry. He chose Houdini because he was very much influenced by a French magician by the name of Jean-Eugène Robert Houdin, who we just spoke about a moment ago. But he mispronounced his last name, thinking it was Houdin. Instead of Houdin, he pronounced it Houdin. So he just placed an I at the end of Houdin's name, and he became Harry Houdini. So this performer, Harry Houdini, perhaps one of the most famous performers in magic of all time, was influenced by other magicians. We're all standing on the shoulders of others, much like I'm trying to do today. So in honor of Houdini, and in honor of all the past performers who have gone on before us, I present to you the straitjacket escape and card trick. On the count of 1, 2, 3. If you have a card picked, just raise your hand so I know who I'm going for. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This first one. Oh, yeah. Let's see. One card. Two. All right. We have 2 more. 2 hands. Oh, I think I've got a 3rd one. All right. One more. Well, I think this might be it. All right. Just pull it. I just have to finish getting out of this thing. Oh, I made it tighter. There we go.
One of the buttons snaps fell off.
That's okay. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I've escaped from the jacket. Let's make sure I found the right cards. All right. Let's see your hands if you picked a card again. All right, keep your hands up until I name your card. We have Ace of Clubs.
That was me.
Oh, that was you. We have the 9 of Diamonds.
That was me.
That was you. We have the 2 of Hearts. That was this guy. That was Dave. We have one. Oh, we have Logan's card. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, the Jack of Spades. Thank you.
That's
It
wrong.
was not it.
That was not it, as he says so proudly.
Not it.
Do you remember what it was?
King
of Hearts.
The King
of
of Hearts. I'll tell you what. You know what they say? You know what they say? When life gives you lemons, what do? You get a new life. Let's try. But we do have a lemon, but we also have an egg, and we also have a pepper. I'm interested to know, perhaps, what might be inside of the lemon.
I know.
Oh, excuse me, we're going to do the pepper first. Let's do the pepper first. Let's take a look and see.
The king of peppers.
You said it was the King of Hearts? All right. Are you sure it was the King of Hearts and not the Jack of Hearts?
The king of
It was the King of Hearts. All right, we're going in.
Ah,
Oh, no, it's right here.
Oh my God.
It's the anvil.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Norm's anvil, engrossed in pepper seeds. Engrossed, it was gross. Well, that is the anvil, but we're still looking for the playing card. I think we're going to need a sharper knife for this one.
is that a utility knife?
You said Queen of Hearts, right? Queen of Hearts?
No, king of hearts.
Okay, King of Hearts. All right.
Utility knife.
Just like sawing sky in half.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Was it the king of hearts?
Is there a hole in the lemon under the sticker?
Wow.
Can I have the lemon?
And you may keep your King of Hearts. Give Logan a nice big hand for being our sound man. You did a great job. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure performing for you folks. This has been 4,000 years of magic. Thank you so very much. You can hang on to that. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be back at the Hooker Dunham Theater next month. I will also be speaking at the River Garden for the Brown Bag Lunch Series next month as well. Full schedule can be found on the website that's on my magic pen, which is on the way out of the theater. So please grab one of those. I hope to see you all again. My name is Jonas. I'll see you next time.